The return up for Parlow. Leaves it off. Here's Mia Hamm in the box. The shot. Goal. She's got the record.
Hey everyone, my name is Sabria Whitaker and I'm the founder of Grow the Game.
Erica Pioncastelli here, Tokyo 2021 Olympian.
This is Carly Jackson, professional goaltender for the Buffalo Beauts.
Hey everyone, this is Connor Moore, the social media manager of the Chicago Sky.
For the first time in franchise history, the Chicago Sky are WNBA champions.
You are now listening to
Women's Sports Matter.
Women's Sports Matter.
Hosted by Gianna Belcastro.
Arike Ogunbowale wins the national championship for Notre Dame.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Women's Sports Matter. My name is Gianna Belcastro, and I am your host. It's Season 5. Can you believe it? Because I can't. I'm recording this a few days after the third year, we'll say birthday or anniversary of Women's Sports Matter. At the end of April, I created this show. And 3 years later, it's been a success. It's been a success in my mind, and I hope it's been a success in yours as well. I think right off the bat, I want to talk about this really quickly, and then maybe touch on it again at the end. I'm going to fix my microphone. Here we go. It's been 3 years. And on that fateful day in May, when I actually pressed record for the very first episode, the very, very, very first episode, I should say, I didn't think it would turn into this big thing, this big deal. It certainly was just a hobby. It was something that I thought would never gain an audience. And 3 years later, look at us. 3 other podcasts. I mean, the amount of conventions that I've been able to go to, the early success of the other shows, the amount of guests that we've all been able to get on the show, all these other shows as well, not just mine, because it's not just about me, it's about everybody else here. Just the amount of people that I've been able to connect with, and seeing people care about the show, and seeing people interact with your stuff online and say that they really like this part of your episode, or, oh, I wish you could get this person on your show. It's really impactful. And I just think back to when I was just a shy teenager, doing the show in the laundry room where no one hopefully would hear me, to getting my first interview only like 5 episodes in or so with a Olympian. Like, it's absurd to think about. So enough time wasting on my end. I would like to announce that Season 5 is going to be the last season of Women's Sports Matter. There's a lot of factors that play into here. And it makes me sad. Like, it's not an easy decision to make. I've actually been thinking about it for a really long time. I'm almost 21. I have another year of school, and maybe grad school. I have this really awesome job here at school, being able to work as a student manager for the soccer team. And the future is so bright for them. I am so excited to be along for the ride, because last season was just a taste of what's coming next. And to be able to work with them and to travel with them and just to watch their games has just been a phenomenal experience for me. And it's so awesome to be able to do that. And my work back home with the Kane County Cougars, where I am a TV producer, being extremely lucky at my age to have that title is, I'll use it again, absurd. It's absurd. In no way should someone my age have, without a degree, and someone that doesn't know what they're doing, have that title. And I'll also be going into my 3rd year as a paid employee, 4th year overall with the Cougars this summer, which I'm just so excited, really excited. So I have all these awesome opportunities. I have some other stuff that's in the works that if it works out, you'll hear about it. I have some episodes that are special episodes that are not sports related that will be coming out. And I haven't made them yet, but I know I'm going to. And so when those come out, they will. I don't know if it'll be this month. I don't know if it will be in June. I have no idea how long the season is going to be. So that's another thing. But there's a lot I want to do before I go. And I didn't make this decision without taking into serious consideration everything I would be giving up. I'd be giving up a platform. I'd be giving up a chance to communicate with sorry. A text from your mother always needs your attention. We're discussing moving out of Lincoln, which we'll talk about soon. And if you can hear those sirens in the background, I am so sorry because I live by the fire station. It's not a decision that comes easily. I'm giving up a lot. But I think it's best that I don't get burnt out. I've discussed being burnt out many times on this platform. I think twice. That's too little. I talked about my burnout after I attended the United Soccer Coaches Convention. And then I talked about my burnout, I believe I did, at the end of last season. 2 seasons in a row. This college experience so far has been nothing compared to community college, where you have different obligations, different circumstances you have to deal with, and you have to figure things out on your own compared to living at home with your family and going to school and going to work. Being here is just so much different, and it was not, I guess I should have expected it to be a lot different. Last school year, I worked 6 jobs at one point. Could name them all right now if I wanted to, while attending school, while doing this podcast, and also trying to have a social life. And you can do all those things, because I did. I did do them. But it's better to not do them all at once. I remember at the end of last summer, or 2 summers ago, when I was going into my sophomore year of college, and the year I was going to graduate from my community college, I was talking to a coworker of mine. I was like, listen, I do not want to work more than 2 jobs because there's no way I can handle school and like a million other jobs. And then I got 6. I had 6 at one point. There was a time where all of them intersected, and it was because playoff hockey was a thing. I will list them all. I'll go through this again. I had a childcare job at my local park district. That's 1. Kane County, there's 2. Chicago Wolves, Chicago Steel. That's 4. Chicago Fire. That's 5. What was my 6th one? I had another one. Maybe it was only 5. Maybe I'm exaggerating. Was it 5? Unless I'm really dumb and I don't remember all the jobs I've had. But all of them intersected at one point. It was kind of funny, but also like scary because it's like, why do I need to do all these? But it's also for experience. Experience can be really helpful if you want to work in sports when you have to work at these minuscule jobs, as I say, such as selling 50-50 tickets or working as game day staff. Like, that's what I did in community college. When I was in community college and when I was working for the Wolves, Fire, Steel. Yeah. And I wouldn't have gotten those jobs without working at King County prior. In the wonderful endorsement from my boss, Doug. And then, of course, getting the job here with Nebraska Soccer. But doing that much stuff isn't good for you. I had a terrible sleep schedule. I was doing my homework at ridiculous times. I didn't have a social life. I still don't have a social life, but we'll get into that. Now, I have a class schedule that I follow. Instead of driving to class, I leave here, go to class, go eat dinner or whatever meal at the dining hall or one of the various dining halls on campus, go to work, do these big projects for your major, which takes up a lot of my time as a College of Journalism student. I think it's just more of a heavy task compared to community college. I think maybe because of what I'm learning and all the stuff that I'm doing here is probably why. It feels like so different. But I don't have a social life. And I'm not saying that me ending the show is going to magically make me start to build friendships and other relationships on campus. That's not how it works. But I did tell my therapist that my goal was to be more social at the end of the semester, and I could probably count on one hand how many friends I have. And I know I did the quotes, but like, how many friends I have. So, that's tough, but I'm working on it. I've made so many wonderful connections throughout the show, and I hope to continue having those connections after I leave. I'm not done with the podcasting world. No way. Absolutely not. Since I am a College of Journalism student, I have been doing my own show on 90.3 KRNU Lincoln, which is Lincoln's new music alternative and also the radio station here on campus. I have been doing a show called Women's World Cup Weekly, a part of my Experience Lab class. So when this comes out, whatever the first Tuesday in May is, I will have one more show and I'll be done, which is my World Cup prediction show. So if you want to listen to me on the radio, it's 90.3 KRNU Lincoln. That's 90.3 KRNU Lincoln. You can stream from the website. It's Nebraska News Service. I think it's 90.3 KRNU Nebraska.NebraskaNewsService.com. Just look up 90.3 KRNU. And my shows are from 2 p.m. Central Time to 3 p.m. Central Time. And yeah, since I'm moving back here early in the summer for the fall season of soccer, I think I'm going to do a radio show while I'm here because I'll be bored right before school starts. And then I'll have another radio show on next semester for my final semester of the Experience Lab. You have to do 3 here. So one more show. I'm always changing it up. My first show that I did here, it was a podcast. It wasn't a radio show. It was a transfer student's guide to make Nebraska feel like home, a doozy of a podcast name. That one was okay. I'm proud of my work with the Women's World Cup weekly show that I've been doing. I'm glad for it to be ending because I used to write a script every week and it was a pain in my side. But going unscripted is a lot better, like I do here. And then for my final show, well, I think I have to do 2. Because I'm taking an audio content creation class. So I think that's a show, not a show. I think it's a class where you have to also have a show on the radio. So I don't want 2 on at the same time. But if that's what I got to do, that's what I got to do. I'm going to do a 3rd show. I'm going to figure out what I want that to be. I kind of want it to be soccer related still. I want to stay in that realm. But I might talk about men's soccer. Usually I talk about women's sports. But I pay attention to the men's game. Unfortunately, I'm a Chelsea fan, so it hasn't been nice. It's been awful. So, not good. But that's okay. Wrexham, though. I've been following Wrexham and their men's and women's side being promoted. Phenomenal stuff. Watch the docuseries on it. Incredible. Beautiful way of storytelling about this small little town in Wales. If you haven't watched it, it's called Welcome to Wrexham on Hulu. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. I don't know what else is going on for me. I have some incredible interviews planned. I still have to do the emailing and all that, but you do the initial DM, they say yes. They say email the PR team. And I'm like, okay, I will, because I really want this person on my show. So when she comes on my show, this is about to be a banger of an episode. I will tell you right now, banger. We'll have some takeovers this season to celebrate the send-off. I've got the Bam fan coming on here. Thomas and Bryant of Bryant and Me have said they will guest host an episode of my show. Hopefully they'll be interviewing someone. And then I'm still trying to figure out a few more candidates. The people that have reached out, I don't know them personally, but from their social feed, they seem like really cool people. And so giving them a platform on this platform will be cool. And I'm excited for that. But that's not going to happen until the end of May. See, I'm going on this trip at the end of May, but the official account for Nebraska soccer hasn't posted about it. And I'm doing it quietly like this because I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about it or not. We're going to Iceland, so I don't know if I'm allowed to say if we're going on this trip or not. I don't know, am I allowed to talk about it? I haven't been given clearance. They also haven't posted about it on social media. So that's whatever. But I'm going on this trip. It's for 10 days at the end of the month. So we'll have some takeovers, 2 to be exact, as I will be away in Iceland. Heck yeah. I've got more reaching out to do, trying to find interesting people to have on the show. I want to leave knowing that I did my best as an interviewer and have given people a platform that deserve to have a platform to talk about their experiences in sport or women's sports. So that's my goal. What else is there to say? I don't know. Do we want one more episode of what's it called? Do we want one more episode of what is it? I'm trying to think of it without spoiling it. I have to look on my phone. I'm so sorry because I want to get it right. Let's see. We'll go to the Instagram feed. We will go to the Women's Sports Matter Instagram feed. Oh, it's the ridiculous episode. I didn't even need to read it. I came up with it as I logged on to my Instagram. The ridiculous episode featuring my sister, part 4. Should we do it? I have to ask Bella for permission. I don't know if she'll want to, but she better. That's that's one way to go out with a bang, is to have the ridiculous episode featuring my sister, part 4. Because if that happens, some crazy shit will happen. If you didn't watch last episode, there was this very iconic moment that happened at the end. It's a long one. It's a very long episode. Like, time just flew by because we were having so much fun. But I forgot my mom's birthday. And the reaction that my sister had is unforgettable. And I really want to put it on a t-shirt, but she won't let me. Just not even to sell or whatever, just like to have. Be like, what's this? What's on your shirt? This is the time I forgot my mother's birthday on my own podcast. So there's that. Not my proudest moment. And it's brought up a lot when I'm with family. But it's a very funny moment, at least. And we can all joke about it, which is okay. Yeah. Hopefully I'll have some prior guests on before I leave so I can have another, like, chat with them, get to know what they're up to, because not everything's the same since I've started the show. Changes have happened. Yeah. So, again, if you want to listen to my final episode of my radio show titled Women's World Cup Weekly, where I am going to go through my bracket, make sure you turn in, everybody. Tune in at 2 p.m. Central Time on 90.3 KRNU Lincoln. And if you missed that episode, you can tune in to the KRNU Experience Lab Marathon taking place on Wednesday, May 17th. I believe my show is on at 10:30 a.m. No, 10 a.m. 9 to 10 a.m.? It's in the morning. I don't know. If you want more information, follow 90.3 KRNU on Instagram. So, wow. I'm doing my outro. It's the last season, I'm doing my outro. Oh my god, I didn't do my beginning what did I usually say? I don't remember. This is my show, I do what I want. If you want to follow me on social media, guess what? You can. I am on a few different platforms. On Twitter, you can follow me at WSportsMatter, and on Instagram, Facebook. Yeah, Facebook. That's still a thing. And TikTok. You can follow us at Women's Sports Matter. Finally, YouTube channel is also Women's Sports Matter. Maybe I should just group that in with everything else. Huh. Maybe I should do a mental edit. No. As always, description links are there, resources, all that jazz. I've got nothing else to promote. You've heard me talk about my radio show a bunch of times. It's season 5 of Women's Sports Matter. I'm your host, Gianna Belcastro. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you back here next week for another episode from your favorite women's sports community. That's all, folks. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.